The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Donkey of the day for Tuesday, November 1st goes to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Now, if you haven't heard, the Supreme Court's conservative majority appears likely to abolish race-conscious university admissions. What does that mean? Well, nearly 20 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court determined that universities may consider race in their admissions process in an effort to achieve a more diverse campus. But on yesterday, Halloween, that spooky-ass Supreme Court was confronting the role of race in college admissions. In fact, the conservative justices repeatedly doubted whether universities would reach an endpoint in race-conscious admissions. They want to end affirmative action in college admissions. Let's go to KTLA 5 for the report, please.
Big changes could be coming to college campuses across the country.
My identity can never be limited to my academic standing.
As student protesters gathered in the rain outside the U.S. Supreme Court today, the justices considered eliminating affirmative action for college applications.
I've heard the word diversity quite a few times, and I don't have a clue what it means. It seems to mean everything for everyone.
No vote today, but the conservative members of the court appear ready to end race consideration for college admissions. Chief Justice John Roberts insisted there's no clarity on when affirmative action would end.
Your position is that race matters because it's necessary for diversity, which is necessary for the sort of education you want. It's not going to stop mattering at some particular point. You're always going to have to look at race because you say race matters to give us the necessary diversity.
Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson and other liberals argue ending affirmative action would deny students their rights to equal protection, and many students agree.
That damn Clarence. His real name's Clarence, and Clarence lives at home thinking he's a racist white parent. Now, I don't have to tell y'all how this decision would dramatically reduce enrollment rates among students of color, do I? I also don't have to tell you why this is yet another reason why they should expand the Supreme Court. I've been telling y'all 4 things that need to be done to protect democracy: eliminate the filibuster so you can properly legislate, protect voting rights, prosecute everybody involved in the attempted coup of this country on January 6th, and expand the Supreme Court. All right, not doing that has led to women's reproductive rights being taken away and no telling what other rights will be taken away. And this seems to be one of the next ones on the chopping block. I could give them donkey of the day for just considering this, but what I'm giving Clarence donkey of the day for is being a black man who constantly not only votes against his own interests and the interests of people who look like him. Okay, notice I didn't say his own people because he doesn't identify as one of us, but he's always voting against the interests of his own people. Okay, whether he knows he's one of us or not. All right, but not only voting against us, he doesn't even understand the basics of what it is to be one of us. All right, look, we know that a lot of us are diversity hires. All right, especially in government. Clarence Thomas was a diversity hire, at least on the surface. All right, we have all these conversations about diversity and inclusion and equity, but Clarence Thomas doesn't even know what that is. Seriously, he said he doesn't know what diversity is. Play that again for me, Ray.
Mr. Park, I've heard the word diversity quite a few times, and I don't have a clue what it means. It seems to mean everything for everyone.
I don't think diversity means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Let me hear it one more time.
Mr. Park, I've heard the word diversity quite a few times, and I don't have a clue what it means. It seems to mean everything for everyone.
That explains a lot. Right? We know what diversity is. What's the textbook definition of diversity? It's the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds and of different genders, sexual orientations, race. Example, equality and diversity should be supported for their own sake, right? Which is why I don't understand how a black man doesn't support diversity for his own sake and not just support, even know what it is. Is Clarence Thomas that delusional about who he is? Clarence Thomas, you're supposed to be diversity. The problem is you clearly don't know you're black, right? So I truly agree that you probably don't know what diversity is or what it represents because you don't represent it. So this doesn't surprise me. All right, Clarence Thomas doesn't know what diversity is. He don't know what inclusion is. He probably don't know what black is. Look, man, all skin folk ain't kin folk, and this is why representation only matters if the person representing knows they represent. Please let Remy Ma give Clarence Thomas the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, are you dumb?
And I'll rephrase, this is why representation only matters if the person representing us knows they representing us. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Now, yesterday you guys got a chance to interview the co-founder of the Civil Rights Corporation and Corps and an attorney for Legal Aid Society.
I really enjoyed this conversation.
Tell me about it, because I wasn't here.
Well, I got to tell you about it when they about to come in next, and they can tell you all
What's
about
their names?
themselves.
Who are they? I wasn't here yesterday.
I can't pronounce it. I know Alec, and I cannot pronounce that sister's name. I was calling her Ole.
What?
Alec Katsanis
I was.
and Olayemi Olorin.
Olayemi.
Olayemi.
Salute to Olayemi.
Okay, well, we're going to speak with them next.
I still don't feel like I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah, she said it's Olayemi.
Oh, that sister is brilliant, and I cannot wait for y'all to hear the work that they're doing. Coming up next.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.